Good evening, Mr. Tommy Jordan. I happen to be the same age as your daughter, and I made a YouTube account just to comment on this video, and I know I have no right to say this whatsoever because she's your daughter, but she's a spoiled brat, because for her to post something that disrespectful, my parents were old school too. If you did something like that, it got really, really ugly. And nowadays, teenagers are just so hard to handle, and I understand that. I try to take as little pressure off my mom as possible, because we get excited, we act up, but that was out of the question. You putting 8 bullets through her laptop was completely reasonable. Some people, I've noticed, reading through the comments on your video, they're not okay with it. And they say, oh, you've mentally scarred her. She's gonna be angry at you. She'll hate you. But that's not the issue, and it's just an electronic, and she misused a privilege. My mom's a single mom, and she works 12 hours a day, 4 or 5 days a week, trying to support us, and I come home and I do my chores without question as soon as possible, because I wouldn't want her coming home to a piggy mess, because she works so hard to support me, and your daughter should have no complaints whatsoever, and that even hurts me, because my generation is reckless. That's just how we are. I don't know how it got that way. There's just way too much leeway. But as far as parenting and control goes, it's just gotten totally out of question. And the idea that she would like you to pay her to do her chores, when an average statistic is that your average teenage kid, you will spend $200,000 in excess on them before they're 18, even more if they're an only child, and you give her food and clothing and shelter, and I'm assuming you bought the laptop too, and she expects you to pay her. Well, that's something she's not going to have to worry about anymore, obviously, because I wouldn't give her a laptop until she's in college too, and the fact that you're grounding her for that long is just and reasonable punishment. And to be as disrespectful as to call Miss Linda, I do believe her name was, cleaning lady, she says, quoting directly, that she's not your damn slave, and yet that's what she's treating this Miss Linda as, is also disrespectful. Respect your elders. Where is all this coming from? And I'm not saying you're a bad parent or anything, but somehow it just rubs off on various people in which to act like that, and I have to say, I support your decision 100%, Mr. Tommy Jordan, and the other 4 million people who saw your video.